Hello everyone. I hope everyone is staying safe, washing your hands, and practicing your social distancing while you're at home. We're going to do an activity today that requires that you just find some in-home items to practice juggling today. So we're going to go ahead and describe what we're going to use, and it's the safest way to practice and you don't damage anything in your home. So we're going to actually use socks. We're going to go ahead and select 3 different colors. That way you can quickly identify them in the order that we're using them today. So I used a few socks, rolled them into a ball inside out. And you want to make sure that they are of equal size, they kind of weigh the same. If they're a little bit off, like one is too big or too small, or one is too heavy or too light, it could throw things off a little bit. So this can be used for TK, kindergarten, all the way up through 5th grade, and even some of the middle school students that we have. So if you want to even get your family involved, anyone can learn juggling today. So we're going to go ahead and start with one. And we're going to start with our white one here. And we're going to go ahead and start with our first shape. It's going to be in the shape of an oval. So we're going to go ahead and place our hands down by our waist. We don't want to get in the habit of reaching up too high. We want to go ahead and relax and keep the hands close together. When we practice our juggling, we don't want to be really wide. If you go really wide and you try to make your circle, you're going to do a lot of watching and head movement. We're going to start with things in close. That way our oval is more up and down. We're going to go and start with our sock in the right hand, and we're going to go ahead and give it a rainbow toss. So we're just going to toss it up and let it land on this side. When you first start, you'll probably be needing to watch it with your head and eyes, and that is fine. But after a while, you're going to need to stop looking at everything, because once we add in 2 and 3 socks, it's going to be more difficult. So when we get started, we're going to start with one sock doing a rainbow toss. When we toss the sock, we want it to be in a nice arch from one hand to the other. We don't want to chase it way out to the sides. Then we're going to have a really hard time tracking it. Keep everything close. The oval's going to be up and down. So we're going to go ahead and toss to the other hand. When we do so, we want to keep the sock right around head and eye level. Our vocabulary we're going to use today is called apex. So our word is apex, is when you toss anything in the air. It's going to go ahead and start to slow down, arch, and slowly come back down to earth. When that happens, at the very, very top, when it starts to slow down, that is called our apex, that turning point. So we want that to be right in front of our eyes. That way, we don't have to look down every time to see where it's going. If I toss really high, it's going to be really hard for me to track it when it starts swooping down in front of my eyes. So we want to make sure it's right here in front. That way, I don't really have to look down at my hand. With practice, when I see the apex, I'll see it turn, and I can begin tracking using my outside vision. So that's what we want to use. So we're going to go ahead and follow a pattern. Our first pattern is called toss, catch, hand off. What is it again? Right. Toss, catch, hand off. So it'll look like such. Toss, catch, and then hand off. You don't want to throw across. There's a chance you may miss. Okay? So we're going to actually hand it off directly into the other hand so we don't miss. As you get better, you may want to advance yourself and challenge yourself to go ahead and toss across. But right now, go ahead and hand off. So one more time, follow me. We are going to toss, catch, hand off. Again, ready? Toss, catch, hand off. So go ahead and try that for about 1 minute, and go ahead and pause the video now. Okay, so hopefully you've had a chance to toss, catch, and hand off on your own. Easy, right? Well, now we're going to introduce a second sock. So now I have a different one, usually about the same size and weight, different color to help me to identify what's going on. So if they're all the same color for you, that is okay. We're going to start with 2 now. I'm going to start with the white one again. But this time when I toss, the gray one's in the way. So we need to do something with it so the white one can land in this hand again. So what's going to happen now is when I toss the white one and it's in the air, the gray one's in the way. So I need to hand off first so I can catch the white one on the opposite side. So now the pattern is toss, hand off, catch. It's a little different. So I will toss, hand off, and catch. Now remember, don't try to throw 2 at the same time. If I do that, I might miss, which I just did. So you don't want to miss by throwing 2 at the same time. It is 3 separate steps. You just have to do them kind of quick. It just takes some practice. So again, it is toss, handoff, catch. Toss, handoff, catch. So please remember to separate those. Don't try to throw 2. They might bounce off each other or you might miss completely. So take your time, toss, handoff, and then catch. So practice that for about another 2 to 3 minutes on your own and pause the video now. Okay, so welcome back. Hopefully you've had a chance to try that out. Now we're going to change our pattern from an oval to an X. Why are we changing our pattern? Because the X pattern helps us set ourselves up to be successful at juggling 3 socks. So if you are in the higher grades and you feel like you want that extra challenge, this is the part for you. If you're still in the lower grades, TK, Kinder, and First, you might be kind of limited to just doing your oval. If you want to try the X, you can with 2. 3 may be a bit difficult, but I don't mind if you try. It's okay, you have some time to practice, don't you? So we're going to go ahead and start with our X pattern. Now it's going to change to where there's no longer a handoff. So we don't want to do any of this anymore. Now both hands are going to throw equally. So not only does the white one get tossed to the other side, the gray one's going to get tossed equally the other way. So we don't do these at the same time. They're going to mess us up. So what we're going to do is we're going to separate them again. So we're going to do toss, toss, catch, catch. What's the pattern? That's right, toss, toss, catch, catch. So here it goes. I'm going to toss, toss, catch, catch. Notice they don't bump into each other and they each take their turn. So I will show you again. White will go first, which is going to be the right hand. Then the left hand goes after. The problem here is that your other hand really hasn't had a lot of time to practice tossing up, just like your right hand does. It's been mostly doing this. So now you have to teach it to go up, just like your right hand's been doing. So not only does your right hand go up to the apex, your left hand needs to do the same. So you have to teach it to do that as well. If you need practice making the left hand throw, instead of doing your oval in this direction, maybe try for a few minutes going in the opposite direction. That'll get the left hand a little bit of practice of tossing up into the apex region in front of your eyes. So now we're going to make our X. So again, let's try it again. We're going to toss our right hand up. While it's in the air, the left hand is going to toss up right underneath. Notice they don't bump and they're not going to cross at the same time. So please don't try to cross at the same time and catch both. Very difficult to do. So we're going to do our toss, toss, catch, catch again. So watch close. It's going to be toss, toss, catch, catch. Again, toss, toss, catch, catch. So that'll take a few more minutes. So why don't you take about 4 to 5 minutes at maximum to try this out. So go ahead and pause the video now. Okay, welcome back. So now we're going to incorporate our third sock. So this is the exciting part. So now I'm going to bring in the black sock, 3 different colors to kind of give you some visual guidance on what I'm doing. So I'm going to go and start with our first 2 again. So now you see that I have the white and the gray are going to stay in the same hands. Now I bring in the black one underneath white. So my right hand is going to have, or your right hand is going to have 2 in one hand, 1 in the other. When you juggle 3, the 2 hand always goes first. So we want to go ahead and make sure that our white still goes first. So I'm going to still make the X pattern, but let's not worry about the black one just yet. Notice the white is on top and the black is on the bottom. Make sure they're separate and you're not holding 2 side by side. It's kind of hard to let go at one at a time. So I stack them 1 high, 1 low. So make sure that if you have, if these socks are too big for you, make your socks a little smaller. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and start with our X pattern. We're going to do the white and the gray again. Let's ignore the black for now. I'm just going to hold it. I'm still going to do my toss, toss, catch, catch. Again, reset, white goes first, toss, toss, catch, catch. So what's happening is when I toss the white one over, the gray is in the way. So I'm going to go ahead and toss up the gray so the white has somewhere to land. Okay? When the gray is in the air, when the gray is in the air, now the black is in the way. So last, the black one's going to be tossed. So we're gonna do toss, toss, and then our third toss. That will complete our pattern for juggling 3. And we're gonna do the X pattern. So not only do I do my 2 tosses, before the gray one lands, I gotta get rid of the last one. And if you can complete that, you successfully juggled 3. So it's going to be looking just like this. 1, 2, 3. When I'm done, it's going to be on opposite sides. Now I have the white and black on my opposite hand, and the gray one is over here. So let's go and try that again. We're going to go our X pattern first, and then throw the black one last. And there they are, opposite again. They just switch sides. So if you can repeat that pattern and continue the X continuously, then you're juggling 3. So let's go ahead and practice. I'd like you to go ahead and pause the video and just worry about the first 2 by holding the third. So just go make your X, toss, toss, catch, catch if you can. Okay? Try that for about a minute and then we'll add in the third. So go ahead and hold the third and just repeat your X pattern for about 2 minutes. Pause now. Okay, welcome back. So now we're going to go ahead and finally throw the third one. It's not the same as some of our students during the past few rainy days did with scarves. These are going to move a little faster, but they are socks. They're safe for indoor use, so it's fine. Okay, so we're going to go and throw our first 2. All you have to do is throw in the last one again. So let's try it now. Toss, toss, and the last one goes. So give yourself about a good 5 or 6 minutes with that, and then we'll talk about how to go continuously. So go ahead and pause again. Okay, so let's go ahead and show you how to juggle continuously. When we juggle continuously, that means you're going to keep going. All you have to do is keep alternating your hands that are tossing in the air. I'm going to go left, right, left. Or for you, rather, on the opposite side of this camera, you're going to go right, left, right. Now all you have to do is continue alternating or changing each hand and just keep throwing. So you're going to go right, left, and just keep on going. So it'll look like so. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 throws. Whoops. Let's try that again. I still make mistakes. We're going to go and try it again. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Now I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it just goes from there. Keep each hand taking its equal turn, never at the same time, and then you're juggling. So how far can you go? Try it out. Once you get good at it, then you can maybe challenge yourself with different objects. Make sure you don't make a mess. For myself, I chose oranges. Could make a mess if I'm inside, but I've been doing this for quite a while. These are heavier. Maybe you might choose something a little smaller. You want to choose objects that are nice and round. If you choose something that has a weird shape, it may be more difficult because it'll spin a little different in the air. Make sure it's small enough for you to catch and small enough for you to be able to hold 2 in the same hand. You can't hold 2 basketballs in one hand, but something small like ping pong balls, golf balls, something that really won't hurt anything around the house will work great. So I'm going to challenge myself and juggle a few oranges. What are you going to choose? So try it out, and maybe I'll see you on the next video. Thank you.